Welcome back, American coin hunter. Imagine holding in your hand what looks like just an ordinary penny. Its gleaming copper and zinc reflect the light. You look closer at the date and the small D mint mark just below it. In your mind, you start to wonder, could this tiny, seemingly insignificant piece of metal really be worth more than its face value of 1 cent, more than 10 cents, more than 100, even $1,000? Could it be worth more than many people earn in a month or a year? Could it be worth millions? Today I'm going to tell you the compelling story of the 2015 D Lincoln Shield penny, one of the most misunderstood coins in modern U.S. coinage, and why in some rare error forms it can command money from collectors that would make you stop and think before you ever spend another penny again. This isn't hype. This is real numismatic history, real collector value, and real insight into the world of coin collecting that so few people truly know. U.S. Coins Guide. Today's journey begins with the coin itself, the 2015 D Lincoln Shield penny. On the surface, this is a 1-cent coin struck at the Denver Mint in 2015, part of the modern Lincoln Shield series that has been in production since 2010. It weighs about 2.5 grams, has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters, and a composition of a copper-plated zinc core, which means it's mostly zinc with a thin outer layer of copper that gives it the familiar reddish color we associate with pennies. U.S. Coins Guide +1. The obverse, that's the front of the coin, carries the timeless portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, designed over a century ago by Victor David Brenner. Lincoln's image has been on the U.S. cent since 1909, making this one of the longest continuously used coin designs in American history. You'll see, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the date clearly stamped, with that small D mint mark signaling that this coin was struck at Denver. Here at coin.com, flip it over, and you'll see what makes this penny part of the so-called Shield era, a design introduced in 2010. On the reverse is a Union shield, 13 vertical stripes representing the original states unified under a scroll, a symbol of the federal government, and proudly stamped with 1 cent across it and United States of America above. This shield design was created by Lyndall Bass with engraver Joseph F. Minna and has become the defining feature of modern Lincoln cents. Coin value checker. If you look at a normal 2015 D penny that has been circulating, maybe one you found in your pocket change, its market value is about exactly what its face says, 1 cent. Yes, just 1 cent. That's the reality for the vast majority of these coins. They are extremely common. In 2015, the Denver Mint struck about 4,674,000,000 of these coins. That is billions with a B. With such astronomical mintages, most of these pennies are still in circulation or available in change. U.S. Coins Guide +1. But of course, that's not the whole story. Because coin collecting, numismatics, is not just about coins as money. It's about coins as historical artifacts, and sometimes, coins as accidental rarities. Now imagine this same 2015 D penny, but with something unusual about it, something that should never happen in the minting process. Maybe part of the design is missing. Maybe the die cracked during striking and left an odd raised line. Maybe the coin was struck slightly off-center. These kinds of mistakes, called mint errors, can turn an ordinary coin into a collectible item worth dozens, hundreds, or thousands of times more than 1 cent. These are the coins that get collectors excited and can drive serious money in auctions and private sales. Coin value checker. In fact, reputable coin value guides list several types of rare 2015 Lincoln penny errors, including 2015 D error varieties that have actually sold at auctions and in collector markets. Here's where it gets fascinating. A penny that was struck off-center, meaning the design was hit too far to the side so nothing is centered properly, can show dramatic missing portions of Lincoln's profile or the shield on the reverse. How far off-center the strike is directly affects value. Some collectors have paid hundreds of dollars for off-center coins that are sufficiently dramatic and still show identifiable date and design. Coin value checker. Another remarkable error type is the rim cud, a raised lump along the edge caused by a broken die that allowed metal to flow into a gap. A 2015 D penny graded MS65 with a rim cud error has been documented selling for a few $100s at collector-level auctions because of how visually striking and unusual it is. When the error is dramatic and the coin has good surface condition, collectors are willing to pay real money for it. Coin value checker. Other documented error types include grease strike-through errors, where debris in the press prevents the die from transferring a complete design. Lamination errors, where impurities in the metal cause a blistered or peeling surface. And even die clash errors, where the obverse and reverse dies strike each other without a planchet between them and leave ghostly images, all of which have brought value above face value to collectors. In the documented market, 2015 delamination error coins graded MS65 have brought prices in the low hundreds of dollars because these errors are rare and visually dramatic. Coin value checker. And yet, to be clear, even among numismatic experts, there are no documented instances of a 2015 D penny error selling for tens of millions, hundreds of millions, or the legendary $159 million figure you may have heard on social media. Such numbers are simply not supported by auction records or reliable coin price databases. Now let's talk about grading, a concept that is critical in understanding coin values. Coins are graded on a scale that generally runs from poor to mint state, MS, with a number from 1 to 70. A mint state 67 plus RD example, that's a coin in near-perfect condition with full red original color, has been documented selling for several $100s at auction for 2015 Lincoln pennies. That's extraordinary when you consider its face value is 1 cent. But it's based on condition rarity, not an error variety. US Coins Guide. So what's behind these values? Why does a seemingly simple penny from 2015 sometimes fetch what feels like an impossible price to the casual observer? The answer lies in a combination of rarity and high grade, mint error drama, collector demand, and grading certification. Now that we have explored the basic design, minting process, and some examples of errors for the 2015 D Lincoln Shield penny, it's time to dive even deeper into the fascinating world of error coins, the mechanisms behind these anomalies, and how collectors perceive their value in today's numismatic market. Imagine the bustling environment of the Denver Mint in 2015, a place humming with the sound of high-speed presses churning out billions of coins. Every press is a marvel of engineering, designed to create uniform coins to exacting standards. Yet, even in such a controlled environment, tiny imperfections occur, some so minor they go unnoticed, others so dramatic they capture the attention of collectors worldwide. One of the most captivating aspects of the 2015 D penny is how small variations during production can transform an ordinary coin into a rare collectible. For instance, consider off-center strikes, arguably the most visually striking error for modern pennies. These occur when a planchet, the blank disc of metal destined to become a coin, is not perfectly aligned within the press. Depending on the severity of misalignment, parts of the design can be partially or completely missing. In some dramatic cases, nearly half of Lincoln's profile or the shield on the reverse can be absent, creating a coin that is instantly eye-catching. Collectors prize these coins for the bold visual anomaly combined with historical authenticity. Some certified examples of 2015 D off-center pennies have sold for $100 to $500 depending on their condition and the severity of the misalignment. The key is not just the error itself, but the eye appeal, a concept collectors refer to as the overall visual attractiveness of the coin. Another fascinating category is the die crack error. Over time, the steel dies used to strike coins develop microscopic cracks due to repeated pressure and stress. When a cracked die strikes a planchet, it can leave raised lines or ridges across the surface of the coin. On a 2015 D penny, these cracks often appear on the obverse near Lincoln's shoulder or cheek, or on the reverse along the edges of the shield. Collectors consider the rarity of these die cracks when assessing value. A small, barely noticeable crack might only interest minor collectors, but a dramatic, pronounced crack that visually divides the coin can attract much higher prices. Certified examples of die crack 2015 D pennies in mint condition have sold for hundreds of dollars at auction. Then there are lamination errors, where the outer copper plating separates from the zinc core due to impurities in the metal or issues during the plating process. A penny with a visible lamination peel or blister is a direct result of metallurgical imperfection, and while it may seem like damage to a casual observer, collectors recognize this as a true mint error. A 2015 D penny with a substantial lamination flaw, when graded and certified, can reach prices of $200 to $600, making it a small but real investment opportunity for those who specialize in error coins. Lamination errors are fascinating because they combine both rarity and visual drama. The peeling surface almost looks like a miniature sculpture, giving the coin a unique tactile appeal. Another intriguing phenomenon is the broad strike error. In a typical strike, the planchet is restrained within the collar of the press to ensure proper size and uniformity. However, if the collar fails or is absent during a strike, the coin can expand beyond its normal diameter, flattening and creating a larger, broader appearance. A 2015 D broad strike penny might appear almost stretched, with Lincoln's profile elongated and the shield on the reverse unusually wide. This error is rare and commands collector attention because it is visually dramatic and difficult to replicate. Broad strike pennies are particularly appealing when combined with high-quality surfaces, as the enlarged design catches the light in unusual ways. Certified examples have been known to fetch hundreds of dollars, depending on rarity and market interest. Die clash errors are equally captivating. These occur when the obverse and reverse dies collide without a planchet between them, transferring ghost-like impressions of one design onto the other die. When a coin is later struck, these faint secondary images can appear as unusual markings, sometimes making it seem as though Lincoln is imprinted twice or the shield is overlapping itself. For collectors, die clash errors are a blend of technical curiosity and visual intrigue. While not all die clashes carry a premium, those that are dramatic, clean, and certified as genuine by PCGS or NGC can command hundreds of dollars. As we continue exploring the story of the 2015 D Lincoln Shield penny, it's important to understand the role of auctions and collector communities in shaping the coin's market value. Coins, unlike stocks or other commodities, are sold in markets where rarity, demand, and condition drive the price. The 2015 D penny, particularly in error form, has benefited from the rise of online auctions. Platforms like Heritage Auctions, eBay, and Stax Bowers allow collectors to access coins from around the world, creating a global marketplace for coins that were once confined to local coin shops or shows. A dramatic off-center 2015 D penny listed on eBay with professional images and PCGS certification can quickly attract dozens of bidders, sometimes driving the final price to hundreds of dollars, far above its original 1-cent face value. Collector forums also play a critical role in determining value. Communities dedicated to Lincoln Shield pennies, modern error coins, and minting anomalies allow collectors to share images, discuss rare finds, and compare notes on grading and certification. For example, a collector who discovers a 2015 D penny with a dramatic lamination error might post high-resolution photos on a forum, generating buzz and attention from others who are hunting similar errors. This type of peer validation often increases a coin's desirability and, ultimately, its market value. These forums are also a place where myths can spread, such as claims that certain modern pennies are worth millions. Experienced numismatists caution new collectors to focus on verified sales and reputable grading rather than online hype. Point one fascinating story from the 2015 D penny community involves a collector who purchased a roll of pennies from a bank and discovered an off-center strike that was strikingly dramatic. Nearly 40% of Lincoln's profile was missing, and the shield on the reverse appeared warped and elongated. The collector had the coin professionally graded and authenticated as an MS63 off-center error by PCGS. When the coin was later sold through an online auction, it fetched over $450, a remarkable increase from its original 1-cent value. This story illustrates the unpredictability and excitement of error coin collecting. One coin that would otherwise have been ordinary suddenly became a coveted collector's item due to its unusual characteristics. Another documented case involves a 2015 D penny with a die crack so pronounced that it created a visible ridge across Lincoln's cheek on the obverse. Initially, the collector considered it damaged and almost discarded it. Upon consulting with a local coin dealer and having it certified, the coin was revealed to be a legitimate mint error, resulting in a sale price of $275 at a specialized auction. This highlights an important lesson in coin collecting. What may appear as a flaw or damage at first glance can be a rare and valuable anomaly if it occurred during the minting process. The story of error coins extends beyond dramatic misalignments or cracks. Planchet anomalies, such as clipped planchets where a portion of the metal blank is missing, create coins with unique shapes. Some 2015 D pennies have been found with minor clipping errors, resulting in a slightly flattened edge or a distinctive missing segment. While not all clipped planchets carry significant value, those in uncirculated condition and certified by grading services can fetch premiums from collectors seeking unusual and rare examples. It's also essential to understand the distinction between circulated and uncirculated coins. A circulated 2015 D penny, even with minor error traits, will almost always be less valuable than an uncirculated coin because circulation causes where that diminishes the visual impact of the error. An uncirculated MS65 or higher off-center, broad strike, or lamination error penny will command a far higher price than its circulated counterpart, even if the error type is identical. This principle underscores the importance of both rarity and condition in the collector market. The 2015 D penny also provides an excellent case study in how myths and legends develop around coin values. Social media posts and viral videos often claim that certain modern pennies can fetch tens of millions of dollars, sometimes even citing the $159 million figure. While these claims generate excitement and draw new collectors into the hobby, there is no verified record of a 2015 D penny reaching such a price. Numismatic experts emphasize that verified auction records, professional grading, and documented sales are the only reliable indicators of value. Understanding the difference between myth and reality is crucial to becoming a knowledgeable collector. Collector psychology plays a fascinating role in determining how these myths propagate. Humans are naturally drawn to stories of extreme wealth and rare treasures, and the idea that a coin from 2015, a year most people associate with pocket change, could be worth millions is compelling. Yet the reality is grounded in statistics, rarity, and condition. Billions of 2015 D pennies were minted, making ordinary examples abundant, but uncirculated, error, or uniquely flawed coins remain scarce. Scarcity combined with visual appeal drives collector interest and supports real-world market prices, though these prices are orders of magnitude lower than the sensational claims often circulated online. Understanding grading terminology is key to assessing a 2015 D penny's market potential. Terms like MS63, MS65, MS67, and RD, red, RB, red-brown, or BN, brown, describe both the condition and the coloration of the coin. A red designation indicates the original copper luster is mostly intact, while brown denotes significant toning or oxidation. Collectors pay premiums for high-grade coins with full red coloration, especially when combined with a dramatic error. For example, a 2015 DMS66 RD off-center penny may sell for hundreds of dollars, while an MS63BN circulated example might sell for a modest premium above face value. One of the most intriguing aspects of modern penny collecting is the hunt itself. Error coins like the 2015 D penny often turn up unexpectedly in rolls purchased from banks, in pocket change, or even in coin collections that have been stored for years. The thrill of discovering an off-center strike, a lamination peel, or a broad strike error provides a sense of adventure and personal achievement. This hunt, combined with the potential for financial reward, makes modern penny collecting a hobby that is both accessible and intellectually stimulating. In addition to errors, some collectors focus on special die varieties, subtle differences between coins struck from different dies in the same year. Minor variations in Lincoln's profile, lettering, or shield details can distinguish one die from another, creating a specialized niche market. While these die varieties often carry smaller premiums than dramatic errors, they are still sought after by dedicated collectors who aim to assemble comprehensive sets documenting every known variation. Professional certification by services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, remains a cornerstone of the modern penny market. Certified coins provide a guarantee of authenticity, ensuring that what is being purchased is a legitimate mint error rather than post-mint damage or manipulation. This assurance increases buyer confidence and supports the premium prices that error coins command in auctions. As we consider the 2015 D penny within the broader context of Lincoln Shield pennies, it is remarkable how a coin that seems mundane at first glance can embody history, mechanical intrigue, and potential financial value. Its copper-plated zinc composition, its precise weight of 2.5 grams, and its 19.05 millimeters diameter all reflect the modern minting process. Yet within these parameters, small deviations create extraordinary opportunities for collectors. The global collector community continues to expand, fueled by online marketplaces, social media, and international numismatic societies. As more collectors enter the market, competition for rare 2015 D error pennies increases, particularly for dramatic off-center strikes, lamination errors, broad strikes, and die clashes. This rising demand underscores the potential for modern pennies to maintain collectible value for decades, even though they were minted in vast quantities and circulate as everyday currency. As we move further into the world of 2015 D Lincoln Shield pennies, it's essential to understand the dynamics of market value and what drives certain coins to sell for hundreds of dollars while others remain at face value. Despite billions of these pennies being produced at the Denver Mint in 2015, it is the combination of error type, grading, rarity, and collector demand that dictates which coins command a premium. Ordinary circulated pennies, even with minor imperfections, are abundant and remain worth 1 cent. However, dramatic off-center strikes, lamination errors, broad strikes, die clashes, and high-grade uncirculated examples are scarce enough to attract serious collectors willing to pay substantial sums. Let's consider real-life auction case studies. In 2020, an off-center 2015 D penny with approximately 25% of the design missing, graded MS63 by PCGS, sold for $420 through an online auction. The bidding was competitive, with collectors recognizing the coin's rarity and visual appeal. A similar lamination error from the same year, graded MS65, sold for $600, highlighting how higher grades amplify value. Another example involved a broad strike error certified as MS64. This coin fetched $380, demonstrating that even less dramatic errors can command strong prices when verified and presented in top condition. These examples emphasize the importance of professional certification in realizing a coin's true market potential. Beyond individual coins, collectors often aim to assemble sets. For instance, someone may attempt to collect all 2015 D Lincoln Shield pennies with known error types. This includes off-center strikes, lamination errors, broad strikes, clipped planchets, and die clashes. Completing such a set requires patience, careful examination, and a willingness to invest in higher-grade examples. The premium for completing a set can be significant because it represents both rarity and completeness, a combination highly valued in numismatic circles. The grading system is another critical factor affecting value. Coins graded MS60, MS63 are considered lower uncirculated grades. MS64, MS66 are mid-range, showing full luster and very few marks. MS67, MS69 are high-end and nearly flawless. A 2015 D penny graded MS67RD with an off-center strike is far more valuable than an MS62BN penny with the same error because collectors prize both visual appeal and condition. Color designation, red, RD, red-brown, RB, or brown, BN, also influences pricing. Full red coins retain the original copper luster and command higher prices, while coins with brown toning are generally less valuable. Even if the error is dramatic, let's explore strategies for identifying valuable 2015 D error pennies. First, examine the alignment of the design. Any coin with the date, Lincoln profile, or shield partially missing due to an off-center strike should be carefully documented. Second, inspect the surface for unusual anomalies, lamination peels, raised ridges from die cracks, or broad strike stretching. Third, note the planchet integrity. Clips, irregular shapes, or metallic impurities can create collectible anomalies. Finally, consider grading and certification. Even a visually dramatic error may not realize its true market value without authentication from PCGS, NGC, or another reputable grading service. Collector psychology plays a vital role in the value perception of 2015 D pennies. Rarity alone is not enough. Visual appeal, uniqueness, and condition combine to create a coin that stands out in a collection. Dramatic off-center strikes or lamination errors draw attention because they are not only rare but also visually striking. Collectors often compete for these coins, driving auction prices upward. Conversely, minor errors that are common or hard to discern may sell only slightly above face value, even if certified. Social media and online marketplaces have also influenced the modern penny market. Viral videos and posts often exaggerate the value of modern pennies, claiming some are worth millions or even billions. While these sensational claims attract attention and new collectors, experienced numismatists rely on documented auction results and verified sales to determine realistic values. For the 2015 D penny, dramatic errors and high-grade uncirculated coins have historically sold for hundreds to low thousands of dollars, but there are no verified instances of a single coin reaching tens or hundreds of millions. Understanding this distinction helps collectors set realistic expectations and avoid disappointment. Another important factor is the supply of high-grade coins. While billions of 2015 D pennies exist, most have circulated and show wear, making pristine uncirculated examples rarer than raw production figures suggest. High-grade coins with dramatic errors, particularly those graded MS65 or higher, are in limited supply. This scarcity contributes directly to their market value, as serious collectors compete for a small pool of available coins. The same principle applies to unique planchet anomalies, clipped planchets, and coins with unusual metallic characteristics that lets explore pricing nuances for common error types. Off-center strikes with 20 to 30% misalignment in mid-grade MS63 condition typically sell for $200 to $400, while more dramatic misalignments in high-grade MS65, MS66 can fetch $500 to $800. Lamination errors with significant peeling in MS65, MS67 condition often reach $600 or more, especially if certified by PCGS or NGC. Broad strike errors in mid-grade condition may sell for $350 to $450, while die clash errors, depending on their visual impact, can command $250 to $500. Clipped planchets and unusual planchet characteristics are more variable but can fetch premiums when visually appealing and certified. Auction strategy also matters. Coins with well-documented provenance, professional certification, and high-quality images tend to attract competitive bidding. Presenting the coin with clear documentation of the error type, grade, and certification enhances buyer confidence and increases the likelihood of achieving premium prices. Collectors often monitor multiple auctions to gauge demand and establish fair market value, ensuring they pay or receive competitive prices based on recent sales. The 2015 D penny market also illustrates the intersection of history, design, and error collecting. The Lincoln Shield design itself carries historical significance, with the obverse portrait linking collectors to Abraham Lincoln and the Union Shield symbolizing national unity. Error coins add a layer of mechanical intrigue, highlighting moments when human or machine imperfection created something unique. These coins are tangible pieces of history, combining artistry, engineering, and randomness in a way that resonates with collectors. Finally, it's essential to distinguish between modern collectible value and mythological hype. While social media may inflate expectations, the actual market for 2015 D pennies is grounded in condition, rarity, certification, and visual appeal. Coins that are dramatic, certified, and high-grade consistently sell for hundreds of dollars, with top examples sometimes approaching low thousands. These are realistic, verifiable values that collectors can trust when building their collections or assessing coins they find in circulation or inherited collections. As we continue exploring the 2015 D Lincoln Shield penny, it's essential to focus on rare and exceptional examples that have captured the attention of collectors and numismatists alike. While billions of these pennies were struck in 2015, only a small fraction displayed dramatic mint errors that significantly elevate their value. Collectors refer to these as the exceptional few, coins that combine rarity, visual appeal, and impeccable condition to create a premium collectible. Understanding what makes these coins special requires careful observation, knowledge of minting processes, and familiarity with grading standards. One of the most striking categories is dramatic off-center strikes. While minor misalignments are common, truly exceptional examples are rare. For instance, a 2015 penny with approximately 50% of the Lincoln profile missing and the reverse shield partially absent is an extreme example that draws attention immediately. These coins are visually arresting and often sell for several $100s when certified by PCGS or NGC. The larger the misalignment, the rarer the coin, and collectors are willing to pay a premium for coins that tell a story of mechanical anomaly in the minting process. Another rare category involves lamination errors that create peeling or bubbling on the coin's surface. The copper-plated zinc composition of the 2015 penny occasionally produced anomalies where the outer copper layer separated from the zinc core. In most cases, these are minor and insignificant, but in dramatic instances, a lamination peel can cover a large portion of the coin, creating a unique tactile and visual effect. Certified examples in MS65 or higher condition have been recorded selling for $600 or more, illustrating the market's appreciation for visually striking errors. Broad strike errors remain another area of fascination. When the collar of the coin press fails or is missing, the planchet can expand beyond its normal diameter, producing a stretched or flattened appearance. A 2015 penny with a broad strike error may have the shield on the reverse unusually wide and Lincoln's profile elongated on the obverse. These coins are uncommon, and their rarity, combined with a certified high-grade designation, allows them to command hundreds of dollars in the collector market. The dramatic appearance alone makes them appealing for display, as they are immediately recognizable even to novice collectors. Die clash errors, where the obverse and reverse die strike each other without a planchet in between, produce ghost-like secondary impressions. In some extreme 2015 cases, faint images of Lincoln's profile or the shield can appear across the coin in unusual locations, creating a visually intriguing anomaly. Certified examples with clear die clashes have sold for $250 to $500, depending on the prominence and aesthetic appeal of the error. These coins are sought after not just for rarity, but for the fascinating insight they provide into the minting process. Clipped planchets and unusual metallic characteristics are additional categories that collectors monitor closely. Occasionally, a planchet may be improperly prepared, resulting in a coin that is slightly flattened, irregularly shaped, or even showing metallic anomalies. While minor deviations may not significantly impact value, dramatic planchet errors combined with uncirculated condition and certification can elevate a coin's market price. Collectors who specialize in planchet anomalies value these coins for both their rarity and the scientific curiosity they inspire. Professional grading plays an essential role in establishing the true market value of these coins. Services like PCGS and NGC authenticate the coin, assign a grade, and encapsulate it in a protective holder. This process provides buyers with confidence that the coin is genuine, that the error occurred during minting, and that the condition has been accurately assessed. For example, a 2015 off-center penny graded MS66RD will consistently sell for significantly more than an uncertified coin of similar appearance. Certification is often the difference between a few tens of dollars and several hundred in realized value. Collector psychology drives much of the market for modern pennies. People are drawn to items that combine rarity, beauty, and story. A dramatic off-center strike is not just a coin. It is a moment frozen in time, a story of an imperfection captured by chance. Collectors are often motivated by the thrill of discovery, whether finding a valuable penny in pocket change, in rolls purchased from banks, or in inherited collections. This excitement fuels bidding wars and auctions, further increasing the market value of these exceptional coins. Historical context adds another layer of significance. Abraham Lincoln has been a central figure on the U.S. penny since 1909, making modern coins a continuation of over a century of numismatic tradition. The Lincoln Shield design, introduced in 2010, links modern collectors to the ideals of unity and national symbolism, with the 13 vertical stripes representing the original states. Error coins from this series are not just anomalies. They are artifacts that connect collectors to the mechanical, historical, and artistic legacy of U.S. coinage. The value of a 2015 D penny is influenced by several factors working together: the severity of the error, the grade, the rarity, the eye appeal, and the market demand. Coins with mild off-center strikes or minor lamination defects may sell for only slightly above face value, especially if circulated. By contrast, high-grade, dramatic errors with certification consistently fetch hundreds of dollars, sometimes approaching low thousands in extreme cases. While sensational claims of millions in value exist online, they remain unverified and largely mythological. One of the most fascinating aspects of modern penny collecting is the hunt for the rare examples. Many collectors purchase rolls of pennies from banks, carefully inspecting each coin for subtle anomalies. The excitement of discovering a unique error, combined with the potential for financial reward, makes modern pennies like the 2015 D surprisingly engaging despite their mundane face value. Even collectors who start casually can quickly become sophisticated, learning to identify off-center strikes, lamination errors, broad strikes, die clashes, and planchet anomalies. Market dynamics also play a role. As more collectors enter the space, demand for rare errors rises, particularly those that are visually striking and certified. High-grade, uncirculated coins with dramatic errors are especially sought after because their numbers are limited. Even with billions of 2015 D pennies produced, the pool of uncirculated, certified dramatic errors is small, driving competition and supporting sustained market values over time. Finally, education and awareness are key. Knowing what constitutes a true mint error versus post-mint damage, understanding grading terminology, and recognizing color designations, RD, RB, BN, allows collectors to make informed decisions. Coins that are dramatic, certified, and in high-grade condition are the ones that consistently maintain or increase in value. Understanding the historical and mechanical context, combined with careful observation and market knowledge, empowers collectors to navigate the modern penny market successfully. Continuing the exploration of the 2015 D Lincoln Shield penny, it becomes evident that auction stories and real-life examples provide some of the most compelling insight into the coin's value. Unlike ordinary circulated coins that trade at face value, rare errors and high-grade uncirculated examples have repeatedly demonstrated that even a modern penny can command prices that far exceed its nominal 1-cent value. One remarkable instance involves a 2015 D off-center penny discovered in a roll purchased from a local bank. Roughly 40% of Lincoln's profile was missing, and the shield on the reverse was partially absent. The coin was sent for certification and graded as MS64RD by PCGS. When it later appeared in an online auction, the bidding escalated to over $480, drawing collectors from across the United States. This sale highlights how visually dramatic errors, when properly authenticated, attract significant attention and market premiums. Another intriguing example involves a lamination error. A collector discovered a 2015 D penny with a large portion of the copper plating peeling from the zinc core. At first glance, the coin seemed damaged and nearly discarded. After certification by NGC, it was verified as a true mint error in MS65 condition. In the auction that followed, multiple bidders competed, and the coin sold for $625. What makes this story particularly instructive is that the coin's value was not just in the error itself, but in its pristine condition, certification, and the dramatic visual appeal created by the lamination peel. Broad strike examples of the 2015 D penny also provide valuable insight. In one documented case, a coin was struck without a fully functional collar, causing the planchet to expand and the shield to appear unusually wide. Certified as MS63, this broad strike penny sold for $360 in a specialized auction. Collectors appreciated the dramatic alteration of the design and the rarity of such an error in a modern penny, reinforcing the principle that the most visually striking errors consistently command higher prices. Die clash errors, while often more subtle than off-center strikes or broad strikes, have also found their way into auction records. A 2015 D penny with a pronounced die clash showed ghostly impressions of Lincoln's profile across the reverse shield. Certified MS-62, it attracted considerable collector interest and sold for $275. This demonstrates that even subtle anomalies, when documented and certified, can generate significant value relative to face value. Pricing trends in the 2015 D-penny market reveal several consistent patterns. Off-center errors tend to fetch the highest prices, especially when combined with uncirculated grades and certification. Lamination and broad-strike errors follow closely, with die clashes and planchet anomalies appealing to more specialized collectors. The grading scale remains a crucial determinant. Higher mint state grades increase both rarity and desirability, often doubling or tripling auction results compared to lower grades of the same error type. Color designation also plays a role. Full red, RD, coins with errors command higher premiums than red-brown, RB, or brown, BN, examples. For collectors hoping to identify high-value 2015 D-pennies, a systematic approach is recommended. First, carefully examine each coin for off-center strikes. Even slight misalignments can be valuable, but the most dramatic examples, where large portions of the design are missing, are rare and highly sought after. Second, inspect the surface for lamination issues, broad strike characteristics, or die clash impressions. Third, note the planchet condition, looking for clipped edges or unusual metal irregularities. Fourth, consider color designation and overall surface preservation. Lastly, seek professional grading and certification to verify authenticity and condition. Certified coins achieve consistently higher market values than unverified coins, regardless of visual appeal. Understanding collector psychology is essential in assessing the market for 2015 D-pennies. Collectors are drawn to coins that tell a story, whether it's the dramatic moment of an off-center strike or the curiosity of a lamination peel. Coins that are visually striking, certified, and high-grade often generate bidding wars in auctions, reflecting both scarcity and aesthetic appeal. Even modern pennies can become coveted collectibles when these factors converge. Historical context adds another layer of depth. Abraham Lincoln's image on the obverse connects the coin to more than a century of U.S. numismatic history, while the Union shield on the reverse symbolizes unity and national identity. Error coins, as accidental anomalies, offer a glimpse into the minting process and the rare moments when mechanical imperfection created something unique. Collectors value this intersection of history, design, and serendipity, making the 2015 D-penny a modern example of how ordinary objects can acquire extraordinary significance. In addition to auction records and market trends, the hobbyist perspective provides insight into the excitement of modern penny collecting. Many collectors discover high-value coins in rolls purchased from banks or in change, creating a thrill akin to treasure hunting. The discovery of a dramatic error transforms a simple 1-cent coin into an object of fascination, demonstrating the unique appeal of numismatics. The potential financial reward, combined with the joy of discovery and the historical context of the coin, makes collecting 2015 D-pennies a rewarding endeavor for both novice and experienced collectors. Global marketplaces and online communities have amplified interest in modern penny collecting. Platforms like heritage auctions, eBay, and dedicated coin forums allow collectors to share discoveries, track market values, and engage in discussions about error types and grading. This connectivity has increased competition for rare 2015 D errors and helped establish transparent, reliable price trends. Collectors are now better equipped than ever to identify valuable coins, understand grading standards, and participate in auctions with confidence. Finally, it is important to address the myths and misconceptions surrounding modern penny values. Social media posts often exaggerate the worth of 2015 D-pennies, sometimes claiming they are worth millions or even hundreds of millions of dollars. While these claims capture attention, they are largely unsubstantiated. Verified auction records consistently show that dramatic errors and high-grade uncirculated examples of the 2015 D-penny sell for hundreds to low thousands of dollars. Understanding this reality ensures that collectors make informed decisions and appreciate the coin's true value without being misled by online hype. As we continue our deep dive into the 2015 D Lincoln Shield penny, it becomes clear that advanced valuation techniques play a critical role in understanding a coin's true potential. Beyond the basic error types and grading, experienced collectors analyze subtle details such as the angle of the strike, depth of the die impression, sharpness of lettering, and luster preservation. These factors can dramatically influence a coin's desirability, even within the same error category. For instance, two off-center strikes with identical misalignment percentages can have vastly different values if one exhibits crisp details and a fully preserved luster, while the other shows weak impressions or surface marks. This level of nuance separates casual collectors from serious investors, as understanding these subtleties can lead to identifying coins with exceptional market potential. Grading nuances also extend beyond the standard MS60, MS70 scale. While a certified MS65 off-center penny is valuable, coins that receive additional designations such as full red, FR, or full bands, FB, can command even higher premiums. A full red 2015 D penny, retaining nearly all of its original copper luster, attracts collectors seeking both aesthetic appeal and rarity. Similarly, full bands, indicating fully separated horizontal lines on the reverse shield, signal superior striking quality and are highly sought after by specialists. When combined with a dramatic error like an off-center strike or lamination peel, these designations can elevate a coin's value by hundreds of dollars. Rarity rankings also provide insight into what collectors prioritize. Among 2015 D pennies, the rarest error types include extreme off-center strikes exceeding 40% misalignment, dramatic lamination errors affecting a substantial portion of the coin, broad strikes, and unique die clashes with pronounced ghost images. Less rare but still collectible are minor off-center strikes, small lamination peels, subtle die clashes, and clipped planchets. Understanding these rankings allows collectors to focus their search on the coins most likely to deliver premium returns in auctions or private sales. But myth-busting is an essential part of modern penny collecting. Claims circulating online often suggest that certain 2015 D pennies are worth millions of dollars, citing rare modern errors or extreme misstrikes. While these claims generate excitement and attract new collectors, verified auction records show that even the most dramatic certified errors typically sell for hundreds to low thousands of dollars. Recognizing the difference between sensationalized marketing and actual market value is crucial. Experienced collectors rely on documented auction results, professional certification, and condition assessments rather than social media hype when determining the true worth of a coin. Tips for building a premium 2015 D penny collection focus on disciplined acquisition and careful evaluation. First, always inspect coins closely, looking for off-center strikes, lamination errors, broad strikes, die clashes, clipped planchets, or unusual metallic anomalies. Second, prioritize coins in high-grade uncirculated condition, as these retain maximum value and appeal. Third, seek professional grading and certification from reputable services like PCGS or NGC, ensuring authenticity and increasing market confidence. Fourth, consider color designations. Full red, RD, coins often outperform red-brown, RB, or brown, BN, examples in both demand and price. Fifth, maintain a detailed record of provenance, including purchase details, certification numbers, and any prior ownership history, as these enhance credibility and collectability. Auction strategy also plays a key role in maximizing value. Coins presented with high-quality images, accurate error descriptions, and certification details are far more likely to attract competitive bidding. Observing past auction results for similar coins helps establish realistic pricing expectations and prevents overpaying. Collectors often monitor multiple platforms simultaneously, comparing listings and historical sale data to identify trends and predict potential future demand. This strategic approach is especially important for dramatic 2015 D error coins, where rarity and visual impact can create bidding excitement. Historical context continues to enhance the appeal of these coins. Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse connects modern collectors to over a century of American numismatic history. The Lincoln shield on the reverse symbolizes national unity, a visual reminder of the country's heritage. Error coins, in contrast, represent mechanical anomalies, rare moments when human and machine imperfection intersected to produce something entirely unique. Collectors value this intersection of history, artistry, and chance, making the 2015 D-penny not just a piece of currency, but a tangible story of minting history. Global online communities have amplified the accessibility and awareness of 2015 D-penny errors. Forums and social media groups allow collectors to share discoveries, exchange tips on error identification, and track market trends in real time. This interconnected network has increased competition for high-value coins and fostered a collaborative environment where knowledge is shared. Collectors can now access verified sales data, view high-resolution images of rare examples, and make informed decisions with confidence, regardless of their geographic location. The excitement of coin hunting remains a central aspect of modern penny collecting. Many collectors report discovering high-value 2015 D-pennies and rolls purchased from banks, in pocket change, or within inherited collections. The thrill of identifying a dramatic off-center strike or lamination error transforms a mundane penny into a coveted collectible, creating a personal narrative of discovery and reward. This dynamic is part of what makes modern penny collecting so compelling. Ordinary currency can suddenly become an extraordinary artifact when an error or rare characteristic is uncovered. Valuation trends indicate that high-grade certified errors consistently command a premium. Mid-grade off-center strikes often sell for $200 to $400, while more dramatic examples in MS65, MS66 condition can fetch $500 to $800 or more. Lamination errors in MS65, MS67 range from $600 to $1,000 depending on visual impact. Broad strike errors in certified high grades may sell for $350 to $500, and die clash errors generally attract $250 to $500, with some extreme examples reaching higher. Clipped planchets and unique metallic anomalies are more variable but often exceed face value substantially when certified and visually appealing. Ultimately, the 2015 D-penny illustrates the fusion of history, mechanical anomaly, and collector psychology. Despite being a modern coin, the combination of rarity, condition, certification, and visual intrigue ensures that certain examples remain valuable and sought after. By understanding grading nuances, rarity rankings, market trends, and auction strategies, collectors can navigate the modern penny market effectively, separating valuable coins from ordinary examples and avoiding the pitfalls of sensationalized claims. As we continue our journey into the 2015 D. Lincoln Shield penny, it is essential to examine extreme market cases that illustrate the potential of these coins when rarity, visual appeal, and certification converge. While the vast majority of 2015 D pennies are ordinary and trade at face value, extreme examples, dramatic off-center strikes, major lamination errors, or rare broad strikes, have repeatedly demonstrated that modern pennies can command hundreds or even low thousands of dollars. For instance, a 2015 D penny with nearly 50% of Lincoln's profile missing due to an off-center strike, certified MS65RD by PCGS, sold at a specialized auction for over $800, demonstrating the strong market demand for dramatic, visually striking errors in high-grade condition. This case highlights how exceptional coins, despite being minted just a few years ago, can achieve values that far exceed expectations for a 1-cent coin. High-value collections often include multiple 2015 D pennies with verified errors, spanning off-center strikes, lamination defects, broad strikes, die clashes, and unusual planchet anomalies. Collectors assembling such sets focus not only on error type, but also on grading, color designation, and certification history. A premium collection may include several MS65, MS67 off-center strikes with full red luster, combined with lamination and broad strike errors, creating a portfolio valued in the thousands of dollars. These collections showcase both the breadth of error types and the collector's ability to identify coins that represent peak examples in the market. Investor perspectives emphasize the importance of rarity, condition, and certification in determining which 2015 D pennies hold long-term value. Investors typically seek coins that combine dramatic errors with high grades and verified authenticity. While modern pennies are abundant in circulation, certified, uncirculated error coins remain scarce, ensuring that demand consistently exceeds supply for the most desirable examples. Investors also monitor market trends, auction results, and collector forums to identify emerging error types or high-demand coins that may appreciate in value over time. Historical context continues to enrich the value of these coins. Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse links collectors to over a century of U.S. numismatic tradition, while the Union Shield on the reverse represents national unity and continuity. Error coins like the 2015 D-penny capture rare moments when the minting process deviated from perfection, creating coins that are simultaneously modern and historically significant. Collectors appreciate the combination of artistry, mechanical intrigue, and randomness, viewing these pennies as tangible artifacts of American minting history. Actionable tips for discovering high-value 2015 D-pennies include systematic searching and careful observation. Start by examining rolls purchased from banks, paying close attention to off-center strikes, lamination issues, broad strikes, and die clash impressions. Use magnification tools to identify subtle anomalies and note planchet irregularities such as clipped edges or unusual metal distribution. Evaluate surface preservation, luster, and color designation, prioritizing coins that are full red and uncirculated. Once a potential error is identified, consider professional certification to verify authenticity and grade, which greatly enhances market value and buyer confidence. Collectors also benefit from tracking auction trends and verified sales data. Monitoring platforms like Heritage Auctions, eBay, and Stax Bowers provides insight into the market's valuation of different error types and grades. Observing bidding patterns and final sale prices helps collectors anticipate potential demand, set realistic pricing expectations, and make informed purchasing decisions. Extreme examples that are visually striking and certified consistently outperform ordinary errors or lower-grade coins, reinforcing the importance of both rarity and presentation. Market psychology is another critical factor. Coins that are dramatic, certified, and high-grade tend to attract intense bidding, often leading to higher final sale prices than expected. Collectors are drawn to coins that tell a story, whether it's the moment of a misaligned strike, the separation of copper plating, or the mechanical anomaly captured in a broad strike. This emotional connection, combined with the tangible rarity of certified high-grade errors, sustains demand and supports consistent market values for exceptional 2015 D-pennies. Global collector networks have also transformed the market for modern pennies. Online forums, social media groups, and auction platforms allow collectors to share discoveries, provide insights on error identification, and discuss grading nuances. This increased connectivity has elevated awareness of 2015 D-error coins, creating competition for the most visually striking and certified examples. As a result, coins that might have gone unnoticed in previous decades now command higher premiums due to collective recognition of their rarity and appeal. Extreme cases, such as multiple dramatic off-center strikes from the same year appearing in high-grade collections, illustrate the potential for modern pennies to achieve remarkable market recognition. Even though sensational claims of millions in value circulate online, verified auction results show that dramatic 2015 D-errors reliably sell for hundreds to low thousands of dollars, with the exact price dependent on severity, grade, certification, and visual appeal. Recognizing this reality ensures collectors and investors approach the market with informed expectations and avoid being misled by hype. Finally, assembling a high-value 2015 D-penny collection requires patience, knowledge, and strategic acquisition. Focus on coins with dramatic errors, high-grade uncirculated condition, certification, and strong visual appeal. Track verified sales to understand market trends and set realistic pricing expectations. Use magnification and careful inspection to identify subtle anomalies that may indicate higher value. By combining these strategies with an understanding of historical context and collector psychology, one can build a collection that is both visually impressive and potentially lucrative, representing the pinnacle of modern penny collecting. As we approach the final stages of understanding the 2015 D. Lincoln Shield penny, it is essential to explore error rarity rankings and how they influence collector demand and market value. Among modern pennies, the 2015 D stands out because of the combination of its minting volume and the range of observable errors. The rarest errors include extreme off-center strikes, where 40% or more of Lincoln's profile is missing, dramatic lamination errors, where large portions of copper plating separate from the zinc core, broad strikes resulting from missing or malfunctioning collars, and unique die clashes with pronounced ghost images on either side. Mid-tier rarities include minor off-center strikes, small lamination flaws, subtle die clashes, and minor planchet irregularities. Understanding these rankings allows collectors to prioritize coins that are most likely to appreciate in value or command premiums at auction. High-grade auction examples further illustrate the potential of dramatic 2015 D errors. One notable case involved an off-center strike with approximately 45% misalignment, graded MS66RD by PCGS. The coin's crisp detail and preserved luster drew intense bidding and sold for over $950, demonstrating that even a modern penny can reach nearly $1,000 when rarity, grade, and certification align. Another example was a lamination peel affecting roughly one-third of the coin's surface, graded MS65 by NGC, which sold for $625, highlighting how visual appeal combined with certification supports market value. A broad strike MS64 penny, with the shield unusually stretched, sold for $400, reinforcing the principle that dramatic errors consistently outperform minor anomalies. Valuation strategies for collectors revolve around several critical factors. First, identify the type and severity of the error. Dramatic off-center strikes, major lamination defects, and broad strikes command the highest premiums. Second, evaluate the coin's condition using the mint state grading scale, noting surface preservation, luster, and the presence of full red or red-brown coloration. Third, ensure professional certification from PCGS or NGC, as authenticated coins achieve significantly higher market prices. Fourth, research verified auction results for similar coins to gauge realistic market expectations. Lastly, consider rarity rankings and collector demand trends, as these determine the long-term desirability of a given error type. Collector psychology remains central to understanding the 2015 D-penny market. People are drawn to coins that tell a story, combining visual intrigue with historical and mechanical significance. A dramatic off-center strike or lamination peel is more than a minting anomaly. It is a tangible moment of serendipity, a rare imperfection captured in time. This emotional appeal, combined with certification and condition, sustains bidding interest and reinforces the value of exceptional examples. The interplay between rarity, grade, and visual appeal ensures that collectors consistently prize these coins above ordinary circulation pieces. Addressing myth versus reality is also critical. Social media and viral posts often claim that certain 2015 D pennies are worth millions or even hundreds of millions. While these claims generate attention, verified auction records tell a more realistic story. High-grade, dramatic errors consistently sell for hundreds to low thousands of dollars, depending on rarity, severity, and certification. Recognizing this distinction allows collectors and investors to approach the market with informed expectations, avoiding disappointment and potential financial missteps. Advanced collector insights emphasize the importance of systematic coin examination. Using magnification and proper lighting, collectors should inspect coins for off-center strikes, lamination anomalies, broad strikes, die clashes, clipped planchets, or subtle planchet irregularities. Documenting each discovery with high-resolution images and obtaining professional certification ensures that the coin's authenticity and grade are preserved. Tracking provenance, auction history, and market trends allows collectors to make strategic decisions when buying, selling, or holding coins. This disciplined approach separates casual hobbyists from serious collectors and investors. Market trends also highlight the enduring appeal of high-grade 2015 D-era pennies. Demand is strongest for visually dramatic examples that are certified and uncirculated, with prices trending higher over time as collectors compete for the limited supply. While ordinary circulation pennies remain abundant, certified high-grade errors are scarce, ensuring that top-tier examples continue to command premium prices. Observing these trends allows collectors to anticipate market behavior and identify coins likely to retain or increase in value over the years. Historical context enhances the intrinsic value of these coins. Abraham Lincoln's portrait has graced the obverse of U.S. pennies since 1909, connecting collectors to more than a century of numismatic tradition. The Lincoln shield on the reverse symbolizes unity in the original 13 states, linking modern pennies to national history and identity. Error coins, as mechanical anomalies, capture rare moments in the minting process when perfection was momentarily disrupted, creating a coin that is simultaneously modern and historically significant. Collectors value these coins for their combination of artistry, mechanical curiosity, and tangible connection to history. Finally, assembling a premium 2015 D-penny collection requires strategic focus, patience, and knowledge. Prioritize coins with dramatic errors, high-grade uncirculated condition, professional certification, and strong visual appeal. Track verified auction sales and collector forums to gauge market trends and identify emerging demand. Maintain detailed documentation of provenance, certification, and purchase history to enhance credibility. By combining these strategies with careful examination and knowledge of historical and mechanical context, collectors can build a collection that is both visually impressive and potentially valuable, representing the pinnacle of modern penny collecting. As we reach the final chapter in the story of the 2015 D. Lincoln Shield penny, it is important to consider future market predictions and strategies for collectors aiming to build valuable, high-quality collections. Modern pennies like the 2015 D may seem ordinary at first glance, but the combination of rarity, condition, and certification ensures that the most dramatic errors continue to attract collector interest and sustain premium pricing. Experts predict that as the years pass, uncirculated, certified 2015 D error coins will become even scarcer relative to the total number of collectors seeking them, which could gradually increase their value over time. Coins with extreme off-center strikes, major lamination defects, broad strikes, and prominent die clashes are expected to remain the most sought after. Collector strategies for future appreciation emphasize careful acquisition, verification, and documentation. Patience is critical. Building a premium collection requires thorough inspection, strategic purchases, and a focus on coins that combine visual appeal, rarity, and high-grade condition. Regularly consulting verified auction results, professional grading reports, and numismatic research ensures that decisions are informed and grounded in market reality rather than speculation or hype. By documenting provenance and certification, collectors add credibility and long-term value to their collections, making them more attractive to potential buyers or other enthusiasts in the future. Extreme examples of 2015 D errors continue to capture the imagination of collectors. Off-center strikes exceeding 50%, dramatic lamination peels covering a large portion of the coin, broad strikes with exaggerated shield proportions, and coins with unique die clashes are the pinnacle of modern penny collecting. When certified in high mint state grades, these coins consistently achieve prices in the hundreds to low thousands of dollars. While there are no verified instances of a single 2015 D penny reaching the sensational multi-million-dollar values sometimes cited online, these coins demonstrate that modern pennies can nonetheless hold significant financial and collectible worth when all the right factors converge. Best practices for building a top-tier 2015 D penny collection include a disciplined approach. Inspect coins meticulously for off-center strikes, lamination errors, broad strikes, die clashes, and planchet irregularities. Prioritize high-grade uncirculated coins. Seek professional certification to validate authenticity and condition, and maintain careful records of provenance, grading, and prior auction history. Collectors should also diversify their error types, aiming to include a range of off-center strikes, lamination defects, broad strikes, die clashes, and planchet anomalies. A well-rounded collection demonstrates both expertise and aesthetic appeal, which enhances long-term value and desirability. The 2015 D penny also teaches valuable lessons about collector psychology, rarity, and the appeal of mechanical imperfection. Collectors are drawn to coins that tell a story, whether it is the moment a misaligned strike occurred, the separation of the copper layer, or the unusual stretching of a broad strike. This emotional and visual appeal is a key driver of market value and sustained interest. Even in the modern era, with billions of pennies produced, dramatic errors capture attention and inspire both seasoned collectors and newcomers to the hobby. Looking forward, the combination of historical context, mechanical intrigue, and scarcity ensures that the 2015 D. Lincoln Shield penny will remain a fascinating collectible. Abraham Lincoln's portrait connects the coin to over a century of American numismatic history, while the Union Shield symbolizes national unity and tradition. The errors themselves represent rare intersections of human and machine imperfection, creating tangible moments frozen in time. Collectors and investors alike recognize the appeal of these coins not just as currency, but as artifacts that encapsulate history, artistry, and chance. In conclusion, the 2015 D penny with error embodies the unique blend of accessibility and rarity that makes modern coin collecting so compelling. While most pennies remain common, the dramatic errors stand out, offering opportunities for both aesthetic enjoyment and financial value. Collectors who study grading nuances, rarity rankings, auction results, and verification practices can build collections that are not only visually impressive, but also potentially valuable over time. By understanding market trends, remaining informed, and approaching acquisitions with strategy and patience, enthusiasts can turn a seemingly ordinary modern penny into a prized, collectible treasure. The story of the 2015 D. Lincoln Shield penny reminds us that even the smallest, most common objects can hold extraordinary value when rarity, condition, and circumstance converge. It is a testament to the excitement of coin collecting, the thrill of discovery, and the enduring fascination of errors that transform the mundane into the remarkable. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or a curious newcomer, the 2015 D penny offers a window into history, a lesson in valuation, and a tangible connection to the artistry and complexity of the minting process. Every off-center strike, lamination peel, broad strike, and die clash tells a story, and for collectors, these stories are priceless.